Alright, quicker today than last time. Got 15 seconds to read the objective before I move on in my life. Let's see if this beeps. Oof, disappointing beep. Alright, area of circles for 7th grade. So we're continuing on our Stuck at Home Learning series. Today we're in 7th grade, finding area of a circle. So let's get started. So we start off parts of a circle. We label them C-A-R-D, like a card, because circles are like presents. No, I did that backwards. Ugh. Circles are like getting a card. It's not quite as good as a present, but they're still pretty nice. Ugh, that was so much better in practice. Okay, so C is circumference, which you did previously, I hope. That's the outside of a circle. More specifically, the distance around the outside, where C equals 2 pi r, or C equals pi d. Okay. And then we have area. That's what we're looking at today, which is everything on the inside of the triangle. In that formula, there's just one. A equals pi r squared. Or if you want to write this out, so we're going to talk about this later, A equals pi times radius again. Some kids, they still get confused. They see r squared, and they think that's the same as r times 2. Totally different. Okay? And then we have our last two, radius. That's the r in our formula. That's half way across. That's a C. And then we can draw that in whatever color this is going to be, red. That's a radius. Okay, so it's from the center of the circle to the outside, so halfway. And then the whole thing is the diameter. This goes all the way across. Let's do that in, what's this, green? That's green. See how perfectly I can draw a straight line. That's pretty good. Okay. And then we can put some math behind this. The radius is diameter divided by 2. So if you have the diameter, if you divide it by 2, you can get the radius. And if you have the radius and need the diameter, you can say diameter equals radius times 2. That's right, it spells card. That's what I said at the beginning. Thank goodness we're paying attention. Alright, so let's actually answer some questions. So here's a circle with a radius of 5. I didn't actually put a question, so we'll say, what is the area? Question mark. And then I'm going to copy it because that's going to be the same question all day. Boop. So since we're looking for area, we start with our formula. Always write down the formula. It's just a good habit to get into. Pi r squared. Oh, I forgot to remind everyone, in case you forgot, pi is about 3.14. Doesn't equal 3.14. That's why it's a squiggly sign. Okay, so it's just about 3.14. We round it off. So then we're just going to substitute in our values. So pi is 3.14. And our radius is 5 squared. And we can expand this out just so we can see that 5 squared is 5 times 5. Okay. So now, since this is all multiplication, it does not matter which order you do this in, but if it was me, I would always save the pi part for last. So I would always do this 5 times 5 first. So 5 times 5 is 25 times 3.14. Okay. Because multiplying by decimals is a bit of a pain. Also, if we leave this as 5 squared, if you remember PEMDAS, order of operations, the exponent always has to come before multiplication and division. So we always have to make sure we take care of that exponent before we can do anything else, or your answer will never be right. Alright, so the actual work part, we have 3.14 times 25. And then we're just multiplying. It's been a while since I've had to multiply by hand. I feel bad for the 7th graders sometimes. That's 7. 5 times 3 is 15. We go to the second number, we bring a 0 down. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And that is 15. 8. And then we had 2 decimal places up here. So we need 2 decimal places in our answer. And we get an area of about 88.50. Let's put some units in here. Let's call that inches. We can say this is inches squared. Because anytime we're solving area, we always have square units. Okay? If you're an 8th grader and you're watching this because you're confused, you still need to know how circles work in 8th grade or in any other grade. So if you've forgotten how to find area of a circle, this is still helpful. Okay? So let's try another one. Same idea. Paste our question. What is the area? And we'll give you a minute here. I'm just going to write out the formula. If you want to try this one out yourself. So if you're here live, I will take pause, drink some water. If you're watching the recording, you can just hit the pause button for a little bit. Work this out yourself. Make sure you can do it. That is some good water. Make sure to stay hydrated, everyone. Make sure to keep washing your hands. Stop touching your face. Okay. Sufficient wait time. So let's fill in our numbers. So pi is still 3.14. This time our radius is 8. So we have 8 squared. So we always have to do our exponent first. So 8 times 8 is 64. We just bring the pi down, 3.14. So the actual work we have to do here, same as before, is just pi times whatever that radius squared actually is. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 3 is 12. On the plus side, the more you work with circles, you get really good at your times tables that are 3, 1, and 4, because you have to multiply a lot of stuff by pi. Alright, here we go. 6 times 4 is 24. Here comes a 2. 6 times 1 plus 2 is 8. 6 times 3 is 18. If someone has a calculator and wants to double check this work, I would appreciate it. This is a plus. I don't know, that got away from me a little bit. This is 6. It's a 9. That's a 10. That's also a 10. So we get, or we have 2 decimal places, so let's not forget that. So we have an area of about 200.96. Or if you're rounding, that would probably just round up to 201. And let's say this is meters. So our answer would be meters squared. There you go. That's the area of a circle. Not too bad. How can we make this more difficult? Oh, I know. What if we don't give you the radius? What if instead we give you the diameter? So same question. What is the area? This time we have one extra step, which is if 40 is the diameter, what is the radius? Question mark. And since we know that radius is just half of the diameter, I know this is 20 on the left, 20 on the right, so R equals 20. Okay? So same formula, A equals pi R squared. And then we fill in our numbers. So pi is still 3.14. Our radius is 20 squared. So we start with the exponent. 20 times 20, it's not as bad as it seems, it's just 400. Times 3.14. Okay. Then we just multiply these out. Why am I doing that? Let me give myself some more space. So now instead of multiplying everything by 0, because I know everything times 0 is just 0, I'm going to skip right ahead to this third number, which is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. And then 4 times 3 is 12. Still 2 decimal places. So we get exactly 1256. And let's say this was kilometers. Why not? It's a big circle. So this would be 1256 square kilometers. So if you're given diameter, same idea, just one extra step at the beginning, just to find the radius. Okay? And now you gotta really be careful of this, because some kids, even the ones that think they're really smart, will say, well, Ellis, why am I bothering to divide it by 2 if I'm just multiplying by 2 again when I do this step up here? And I say, whoa, who is your math teacher? Because multiplying by 2 and squaring a number are totally different things. Okay, so don't think of it that way. Don't think you can skip 2 steps by not dividing and then not squaring it, because that does not give you the same answer. So please do not do that. Go through the work. It's not going to kill you. Alright. Let's see. Thank goodness we have no work. Oh, we're going to do some algebra too. Don't worry, buddy. We're going to get everybody this week. Alright, here's the important question. What deal gets you more pizza? 2 large pizzas with a 14-inch diameter, or 3 medium pizzas with a 12-inch diameter? This is where it gets real. We gotta make dinner decisions here. So I don't have a picture, so I'm gonna draw a picture. Here's my large pizza. Here's my medium pizza. I mean, everybody's got to do work. You're not on break. Here's our large pizza, diameter 14, and then our medium pizza, which is blue for some reason, has a diameter of 12. Okay? So we need our formula twice. A equals pi r squared. A equals pi r squared. But then we notice neither of these gave us the radius. They're both a diameter. So my radius for our large pizza would be 7. So this is going to be 7 squared. And our medium pizza, half of 12 is 6. So this is going to be 6 squared. Okay. We have 3.14 for both. Alright, let's see. Epic Josh is saying 14 times 2 is 28, 12 times 3 is 36. So obvious. Let's see if he's right. Okay, in the interest of time, let's grab the calculator for this one. I know, I'm so lazy. That's okay. So 7 squared times 3.14 gives each of these large pizzas an area of 153.86, but wait, there's 2 of them, so we gotta multiply that by 2. So that gives us a grand total area of 307.72 square inches of pizza. That's not bad. Okay. How about our medium though? So let's clear this off. So 6 squared times 3.14 gives each pizza an individual area of 113.04. Okay. But we have 3 of those. So if we multiply that by 3, we get 339.12 square inches of pizza. So which of our deals gets us more pizza overall? Believe it or not, 3 medium pizzas is more pizza than 2 large pizzas. And this is all factually accurate. I got this information from the website, howlargearepizzaHutPizzas.com, the most official site for pizza information. Okay? So that's all. That's all you really need to know. But as an added bonus and a project you can do at home, okay? So I drew this really elaborate picture as best I could. And we're going to figure out why the formula for area, why is it pi r squared? Question mark. Oh, pizza crust shows up just in time. Okay, so what we can do, and what you can do at home, if you want to pause this, if you have a paper plate, okay, the cheaper the better, go get yourself a paper plate and a pair of scissors. Don't get the scissors quickly. Take your time with those. Okay? You can pause it and get your stuff. Otherwise, I'm just going to start going. Okay, you're going to take your plate and you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to fold it in half again. And then fold it in half again as many times as you can. Okay? After you're done folding it, you're going to take 2 colored markers. You're going to color it just like I did. So on one side, all the little sections will be one color. On the other half, make them a second color. Okay? You might need to pause as you go along because I don't have time to wait for all these steps. Okay. So what we're going to do then is you're going to cut out all the little sections. Boop, boop. Oh, I can't cut out this one. Hold on. I'll just make a copy of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to arrange these so that I make something that looks kind of like a rectangle. So I'm just going to alternate my 2 colors. I need a green. And then I need a red. And then let's do the other side. Red. And a green. Look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's more like a parallelogram than a rectangle, but that's okay. That's okay. So now, what are we looking at? So if this was a perfect rectangle, if I cut this into more pieces, then this side down here, which would be the height, if this was perfect, would be the radius, right? Because it goes from the center to the outside. And then each of these sides out here, these little curved parts, is part of the circumference, right? And since green was half of the circumference, right? So if the whole circumference is 2 pi r, and if we only take half of that, then this up here is just pi times the radius. And if we want to find the area of this totally perfect rectangle, and a rectangle is just base times height, but in this case, our base is pi times r, and our height is just r, and we can simplify that. Pi, anything times itself, can be rewritten as r squared. And there is our formula for area of a circle. Dollar bills, y'all. Look at that. It's beautiful. Go make it yourself. Paste it down on a piece of paper. Take a picture of it. Put it on your social media. And press all your friends. Alright. That's it for me. Have fun with your quarantine. Go wash your hands.